Okay, really quick guys, I'm going to make this video. It has nothing to do with RCs this time, but it has to do with something I'm doing to my truck. This is my 2013 Ford F-150 5.0 Ford F-150, and I've been doing some things to it here and there, but the reason I'm doing this is because over time I've been wanting to install as you can see, a snorkel for when I go off-roading and crossing rivers. Obviously I'm not going to be freaking going real deep right here. No one really likes going real deep, because when you do, you're stuck, or you're through, you're done. But any splash, most of the time you go up to here, up and down as the water's running. And I've been wanting to install this snorkel, on a Ford F-150, and I could not find one. I could not find Ford F-150 or Ford F-250 or anybody that has a snorkel on it, unless it's totally freaking, custom out. But just any 4x4 or FX truck that I've seen out there does not have one. So I decided to go online and go on eBay and find snorkels for off-road vehicles. And I ended up finding this one here in particular, and it comes with this piece here, the clamps, this whole piece here, and it comes with an internal piece that goes in there. It comes with another piece like this that extends as far as you want it to, and it's very easy to flexible, and it comes a little bit longer. I cut it because I needed to. It comes with this piece, and no, it doesn't come with the coffee cup, but it comes with this piece over here. And the reason it comes with this piece, because this is actually a snorkel that belongs, let me try to open this hood here, a snorkel that belongs to a 1999 Jeep Cherokee. So I decided, they have a left and a right side for those Jeep Cherokees. Obviously my air intake is on my right side, on my left side, my driver's side. So after doing some homework, I noticed that on the Jeep Cherokees, on this 95 Jeep Cherokees, their intake system is set up very similar. Their air system is set up very similar with their air box here. And the only difference is that they got a little bit more space up front here, and that part that I showed you, this thing here, that belongs to those Jeep Cherokees, goes connected to their air box in the bottom down there, like so. And then this piece here that flexes and extends goes up here, it clamps down, then you run it through the Jeep Cherokee's fender and into the side here and up there. So it's all gets locked and clamped all in there. But since I don't need this, because on this Ford F-150 and many other Ford F-150s, I believe like 2009, 2014, and possibly other ones too, the air filter is over here. So I thought, I'm gonna retrofit this sucker on here. I went on eBay and I got that for $62. And the price varies, but that's how much I got it for. On here, there's a little piece right here on the side. If you disconnect, and if you take off these bolts and lift this air filter, a lot of people change this little part that's right here that sucks in the air into the box, that they like to call a GOT mode, G-O-T-T, and they remove the little plastic piece that's there, and it leaves a bigger hole on the side, and it allows more air to come in. But along with that, it also allows more dust, more leaves and other things that eventually you'll just find when you lift this and take off the filter, and you'll have to do a lot of cleaning. So I didn't want to do that. And then I also ended up, before I got that snorkel, I ended up, because this was one solid plastic piece from here to here, I ended up cutting right here with the saw really carefully so that I can keep my sensor, and I ended up putting a cone air filter that you see right there. And I ended up having that here, and it worked really well. I didn't want to change this and put a steel one because I figured this system that Ford made here is probably like one of the best ones you can get when it comes to capturing air, capturing water, and stopping a lot of trash and dust and stuff from going in. And it actually worked really, really well. I would put my intake here. The intake would fall into the bottom portion of the box because when you remove this, it's just the top half, and worked really well. Didn't have no issues, no problems, anything. But then I figured I go off-roading. I go 4x4 and I go to Azusa sometimes, and I'm in the mud, splashing water like crazy in the rivers, and anything that can get splashed in here, which I have found splash markings before, will eventually get onto my intake, and eventually I will have problems with time going out there and take visits and whatever. So I eliminated that. Took the cone intake filter off. Bought a 4-inch rubber hose here and clamped it down and resealed this really tight. And now I got my stock filter back on, but I still wanted to have something that gave me more air and pull the air. My next option was that. So it eliminates the dust, the leaves, eliminates the water, eliminates, it gives me more air, and it helps. So now I got that on there, and I'm doing this so that any other guys that have Fords, Ford trucks, F-150, 250, 350, whatever, and want to do something like that, something like this, whether you have a Rapture or not. There's an idea. It took me about 4 hours. I do recommend that you get someone that knows what they're doing if you don't know what you're doing yourself. All it is that you have to, the hose that goes in here, or the plastic circular piece that goes in here, is about a 3-inch diameter, and like most stuff, and this is all one solid piece except for here, even the piece that goes in there, except for the flexible hose with the clamp inside and clamp right here. I also put some in the little got piece that's right there that they call it. I left it there. I have a 4-inch one, and I put the hose into it, and then I just freaking clamped it down really hard and snug, and it works really well. But before that, I had to kind of water silicone the outside of the got piece because it was loose, and you could like pop it out with a screwdriver to stop water from going in there as well. So all this stuff takes time to do it right. You know, if you have the time, you know how to do it, and you have the patience, go for it if you're good at it. But if not, I recommend that you have someone that knows what they're doing do it for you, and you know, you got their warranty or whatever for their work, or you have someone that knows what they're doing with you and you both learn together. But I decided to go with a saw. Where is it at? There's a piece I cut out, see? I decided to go with a saw. That's 3.5 inches instead of 3, because you will come to realize, as you will see in other videos of people installing this onto their Jeep Cherokees, not the Ford F-150, but their Jeep Cherokees, they'll do the 3-inch and they'll realize that it doesn't want to go in because you have to do like a turn to get it in there. It goes in and then you do that and then it lays flat. So I did the 3.5, didn't have any issues. And then to clean out this part of the on the fender, just kind of, you get a little file and just file it out nice and clean, not too much, and then you put some like I put what's called a flex tape, little tiny piece of the flex tape all the way around, maybe about 1/4 inch all the way around, and then I just snugged it around and took care of that. And went in there smoothly, no issues, didn't have to do any more cutting and stuff like that. The hole wasn't too big, it was just right. And of course, before anything, you want to take off and remove your Ford F-150 sign from there as carefully as you can. I decided to carefully peel it off, and had residue here. Then I got a spray that helps remove stickers and things like that, and then I just washed it off the best I could, and then kind of covered this area, and then spray painted with an all-purpose paint and primer paint right here just to touch it up for now. plug these little holes right there. Put some nice looking plugs there, and decided to put my stuff back up here. This is just a light that I put on, so when my parking lights come on, this comes on amber yellow. Have one on the other side, have red on the back. And there you go. Later on, I'm going to put a little plastic aluminum. I'm going to put on this plastic an aluminum piece that's going to come up here and kind of go down a little bit. So when it rains, I don't have rain hitting me here. It'll hit the little area here, and it'll just kind of drip down right here. So it'll give me more coverage here. And obviously, when I wash the truck or whatever, I'll just spray around and kind of avoid that. I could just wipe that down. It's not a big deal, you know. And like many people do, this thing is built and made to for any water that does go in there. The air gets sucked in here, and any water that gets stuck along the walls here will drip down, and dust will come out and drip down off the sides of these right here. Because this is skinnier on the inside and it's bulkier on the outside, and everything just drips out. So less water goes in, and it works really well. So there you go. That's what I wanted to do. Did it. Get her done. Now any of you guys who have a Ford know that you can do it too if you want one. And if you need to see how it's installed, because like I said, I wasn't going to do a 4-hour video me installing this, you can just look at the videos of people making the attempts and installing their snorkel air on their Jeep Cherokees. And you're pretty much going to do the same thing here, because the system for the air is in the same area. The only thing is that you decide whether you want this a little bit higher right under this turn here, if you want it a little bit higher or you want it a little bit lower. I decided to go a little bit lower, right, kind of like in between right here, and have this in the middle. But you could go a little higher. You just have to make sure that that hole you cut is going to be turning right there, so that when this comes up, it will cover that. And you got to make sure that these turns right here fit with the turn right there. The only thing is that I moved mine a little bit more forward this way and not so back this way, so I have more of a gap. I have more of a gap right here. So you can see on the Jeep Cherokees, this is nice and tight, but that's because this is not a Jeep Cherokee. I need this door to open all the way without hitting, which you guys with your Fords will have to do as well. Make sure of that. It's important. It comes with a bracket that goes here for the Jeep Cherokees, and you can rivet the thing onto your truck. Yes, you will have to make holes here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the big hole, soft hole. Remove the panel here halfway or whole way, whatever you want to do, so you can get your hands in here and bolt it down. And when you have this out of the way, you can get your hands in there and bolt it down. It's not too hard once you got them out of the way. But this, you see, there's three bolts that go there. It goes like this. 3 bolts here onto here, and then 4 rivets onto here. But you know, it's on there nice and sturdy. I mean, it's gonna shake a little bit for now. But what I plan on doing is I'm not gonna put this on, because this is very light. You don't need to have a really heavy bracket. This bracket's probably heavier than this whole plastic piece. But this metal bracket, I'm gonna eliminate it, and I'm actually gonna make a small aluminum bracket at work to just bolt down one right here on the top one. That's going to extend over here, and then I'll only have to make one hole here. And I don't think I'm going to rivet it. I could rivet it, but after time it'll probably get loose, so I'm just going to make a small tiny hole, put some small little droppings of silicone or something, and then get a nice tight screw and screw it right in there, the way you would do it onto wood. And so if it gets loosened up or it gets messed up or whatever the case, which I doubt, I can just remove it and put one that's a little bit bigger with bigger threading or something like that. Back it goes, and then the bracket will be a whole lot lighter than this small aluminum bracket, and it will do the job to stop this from shaking at all. And less holes on my truck as well. So there you go, guys. For those of you who want a snorkel, got any questions, go ahead, feel free to ask. I'm pretty much already done. Gotta clean up my mess. And off to the park I go to play with my RCs in the dirt. Over and out.